Vaishajasena said, "Look above for a moment. What is it you see up there?" They looked above, and there they saw 3,500 towering palaces in all, remaining above all around. They were decorated exquisitely with 7 gems and were well adorned with a latticework of jewels. Inside were flowers in full bloom, and divine incense wafted down. At that they questioned the elder, "What is this apparition here of towering palaces with jeweled latticework and lotus filaments all throughout?" Vaishajasena said, "These places are for you. Go so that you may see the Buddha. Bow down to the one who is chief, who has passed beyond this world, to the one who illuminates the world." They said, "But we know no path to him, nor is the Tathagata seen. Since we do not know the path, where shall we go to prostrate?" Vaishajasena said, "Just as space is without bounds and is not susceptible to being touched, so it is not possible to go to bow before the teacher who gives forth nectar. In just the way Mount Sumeru abides, so too is the teacher in his abode. Mount Sumeru is susceptible to being measured, as is the depth of the great ocean. It is possible to count all the specks of dust found in a galaxy of 1 billion worlds, but there is no knowing the arising of Buddhas. Bodhisattvas from the 10 directions bow before him who illuminates the world." They said, "Protector of the world, look at us. Please fulfill our wishes. We bow down from our hearts to the teacher, and from that may we attain the fruit." Vaishajasena said, "The teacher has no attachment to scents, none to garlands or to lotions. He upholds the cause of sentient beings, and by him they will be set free from conditioned existence. Those who have subdued their minds and gone for refuge to Buddha will not be engaged in battle by the supremely terrifying Mara. They will not come under the power of death. They will quickly attain Dharani. Their minds will be inspired with pure faith, and after that they will see the teacher." Then the Blessed One, the Tathagata, whose voice is delightful like the sound of a Kalavinka sparrow, displayed a smile. At that, the Bodhisattva, the great being Vaishajasena, arose from his seat, bowed down toward the Blessed One with palms joined, and said to the Blessed One, "Blessed One, 84,000 light rays have come forth from your face, and this galaxy of 1 billion world systems and everything in it is suffused with these light rays. All 32 great hells are suffused with them too. They are also illuminating 32 Deva realms. These light rays are of a great variety of colors, such as green, yellow, red, white, crimson, crystal, and silver. These light rays, after emerging from the face of the Blessed One, did everything to bring about the happiness of the sentient beings of the galaxy of 1 billion world systems, and after that they returned, circumambulated the Blessed One 7 times, and disappeared into the Blessed One's crown. What is the reason for displaying the smile that brought this about? What were the conditions?" Then the Bodhisattva, the great being Vaishajasena, also said to the Blessed One, "Blessed One, if an opportunity were afforded to me, I would like to ask a certain matter of the Blessed One, the Tathagata, the Arhat, the perfect and complete Buddha." He said this, and the Blessed One said the following to the Bodhisattva, the great being Vaishajasena. "Vaishajasena, ask whatever you wish, and I will satisfy your mind with an explanation of whatever is asked." He said, "Blessed One, after those 30,000 million young beings who arose had understood the teachings of the subtle Dharma of the Tathagata, they said to the old beings, 'You old ones do not know the Dharma. You are constantly attached to what is not Dharma and to non-virtue. When they say these subtle things that are unpleasant, speak out unreservedly, and thus inflict harm, Blessed One, why were they uttering these pleasant and attractive words?" The Blessed One said, "Vaishajasena, do you not know why they speak these words? They speak things that are tender and extremely pleasant for the Tathagata. Because they have heard the Dharma, Vaishajasena, on account of that, they will understand the meaning of all the Dharma. They will become endowed with all good qualities. They will all realize Dharanis. From today on, they will abide on the 10 grounds. Today they will sound the great Dharma drum. Today they will become endowed with the attributes of the great Dharma. Vaishajasena, do you see these towering palaces?" He said, "Blessed One, I see them. Sugata, I see them." The Blessed One said, Paishajasena, on this very day, these young beings will be seated inside these towering palaces and will then attain a clear realization of the Dharma. On this very day, they will bring about the completion of all the virtuous dharmas. Today, they will beat the great Dharma drum. Today, many classes of devas will be made to attain a direct realization of the Dharma. Even many sentient beings of the hell realm dwelling in wrong realms, having heard the teaching of the Tathagata's wisdom, will overcome cyclic existence and be victorious. At that time, all 90,000 million old beings will attain the fruit of stream entry, and they will all become endowed with the Dharma too. Paishajasena, they will all completely cast away all sufferings. Paishajasena, they will all accomplish the viewing of the Tathagata. Paishajasena, they will all become endowed with the sound of the great Dharma. Paishajasena, look in the four directions. The Bodhisattva, the great being Paishajasena, looked everywhere in the four directions, and from the east there came as many bodhisattvas as grains of sand in 50 million Ganges rivers. From the south there came as many bodhisattvas as grains of sand in 60 million Ganges rivers. From the west there came as many bodhisattvas as grains of sand in 70 million Ganges rivers. From the north there came as many bodhisattvas as grains of sand in 80 million Ganges rivers. From below there came as many bodhisattvas as grains of sand in 90 million Ganges rivers, and from above there came as many bodhisattvas as grains of sand in 100 million Ganges rivers. After they had arrived, they sat down to one side before the Blessed One. They were seated to one side, and the Bodhisattva, the great being Paishajasena, said to the Blessed One, Blessed One, what are the black forms and red forms visible in the sky above? He said, Paishajasena, do you not know what the black forms and red forms seen in the sky are? The Tathagata knows. Paishajasena, this is Mara. Paishajasena, do you wish to see? He said, Blessed One, I wish to. Sugata, I wish to. The Blessed One said, Paishajasena, bodhisattvas equaling the grains of sand in 100 million Ganges rivers have arrived. He said, Blessed One, what is the reason for the arrival of these bodhisattvas? What are the conditions? Paishajasena, the young beings are the condition by which all sentient beings will now become endowed with the Dharma of meditation. Paishajasena, do you see the sentient beings with various forms who have arrived here, and the various blessings that have arrived here through supernatural powers? He said, I see as many bodhisattvas as grains of sand in 100 million Ganges rivers, and as many bodhisattvas as grains of sand in hundreds of thousands of myriad millions of Ganges rivers, abiding through supernatural powers, and they abide with many forms, many colors, and many shapes. Those bodhisattvas abide in the abode of the Arya Dharma. I have seen those bodhisattvas abiding in places of Dharma together with their retinues. After the Blessed One had spoken thus, the Bodhisattva, the great being Sarvashura, the Bodhisattva, the great being Paishajasena, and all the young and old bodhisattvas, along with the entire assembly and the world with its devas, humans, asuras, and gandharvas, rejoiced and praised the speech of the Blessed One. The Noble Sanghata Sutra Dharma Pariyaya is completed.